Hey everybody! What a week, and it's Tuesday, right? Man, I tell you. Anyway, I just wanted to make a quick video, say hello. Hope everybody's doing well. I can't imagine that everything has gone exactly how everyone has hoped, but that seems to be the way things work. Unfortunately, I kind of wanted to touch on self-doubt today. Self-doubt plagues a lot of people. I can't say it plagues everybody. I don't know. But it plagues a lot of people. And we doubt ourselves a lot. Right? Did we do that right? Is it my fault? That person's not calling me back. That person, I'm trying to communicate, etc. All sorts of things, self-doubt. It it really affects our lives. It affects how we think, how we view the world, what we do with our lives. For some people, self-doubt and anxiety, it overtakes. It just overtakes. And unfortunately, with that overtaking, people, they begin to kind of slip into depression, right? They start to slip into painful, never-ending depression, especially if you kind of internalize everything as like your fault, which I can almost guarantee you not everything is your fault. Probably a lot of your self-doubt stems from other things that you have no control over. But it's like that, that time where someone keeps doing something over and over and over, and no one else says anything about it, and you start to wonder, well, am I crazy? Is it me? Well, think about that happening all the time, levels that we don't even comprehend consciously, and we start to doubt ourselves, right? It's hard. I can't say that I've never struggled with self-doubt because that would be a lie. The reality is we have our own stuff to work through. We have our own things that we need to come to terms with, that it's not our fault. Not everything. Especially things in the past. Now, like, we make mistakes. People make mistakes. People are human. Right? Right. Right. I'm just going to keep saying right. People are human. And the thing is, do we learn from those mistakes, or do we do them again and again? I've been good for, doing things over and over. Maybe I'm subconsciously trying to get things right. Maybe I'm trying to amend something that happened in the past, and if I reenact it now, everything's gonna be better with the past. But I can't change the past. I can only change how I react to it, right? So here's the thing. It's not your fault. This anxiety, it's not your fault. You're an amazing human being. That's the truth. You're here, you're surviving a world that's full of madness right now. It just doesn't even matter. It's full of madness. And somehow you're living day to day, you're making it happen. Whether you're in a place you want to be or not, that's another story, right? But the goal is to get there. The goal is to get somewhere where you can be happy. But you have to be happy with yourself. You have to be okay with you. You have to love you. You have to care about you. You have to know that it's okay. It's okay to be okay with you. And that's hard for a lot of people. That's hard. People find happiness in a lot of things, right? Okay, well, I help people. I find happiness. I buy something. I find some temporary happiness. But then I'm sad again. That's no bueno. That means all your happiness is coming from the outside and not from the inside. Really, the goal is to have internal happiness, and things from the outside just help excite that more, make you even happier. You don't want to live with this eternal void in your heart where it just feels like no matter what you do, you can't make yourself feel the happiness you feel like you should feel. It's a lot of feeling. Anyway. Thing is, happiness can be scary too. The thought of being happy after being sad your whole life. Think of like someone who's 35 years old. That's not me. But who's been unhappy their entire life. They've been sad, they've been depressed, they've blamed themselves on some level for what's happened. They've never known happiness. They've never known internal happiness. Well, that's a lot. That's a lot to hold on to. That's a lot of pain, a lot of guilt, a lot of shame, a lot of heartache. It's not a quick fix. But a start is just kind of looking in the mirror and telling yourself it's going to be okay. That you're going to work toward that happiness. You're going to find ways to do that, be happy. You're going to find ways to work through whatever pains you. And like I told someone recently, I said, it's okay. You don't have internal happiness right now. It's where you're at. It's where you're at. It's not anything to be ashamed of. You're obviously working toward it. And it's going to take some time. Like George Harrison said, it's going to take time, a whole lot of precious time. And therapy is not, inexpensive, especially if you don't have insurance. It can be, there's sliding fees, but it's going to take money, a whole lot of precious money, to work through those things. But also, think about what really makes you happy. Okay, so what truly makes you happy? Not what's inside, but externally. Do you have kids? Do you have a dog? Do you have what makes you happy? When you start to find yourself in those positions where you're unhappy, think about those things. Think about, maybe you have a son that just smiles and beams at you when you go to see him or when you get home from work. Use that. Use those feelings. Remember those feelings. Internalize those feelings. Every time you're like, I'm in a freaking slump, man, I can't find my way out, I feel lost. Think about what makes you happy. Remember those feelings. And walk on through your day with those feelings in your heart. Until next time, peace and have a good week.